Hello and welcome to Table Talk. I'm your host Mushfiqah Porter, and with me in studio once again we have Sebastian Alexanderson, CEO of National Debt Advisors. Now, recent stats show that there are currently 14 million employed people in South Africa. Interestingly enough, we have 27 million credit active South Africans. And just to make things a little bit more interesting, those 27 million active South Africans have 85.23 million accounts, to be exact. So 14 million employed people in South Africa, 27 million credit active South Africans, and just over 85 million accounts. Sebastian, you are in the debt industry. What is your take on these stats? Is there any light at the end of the tunnel for South Africans?
Firstly, these stats, every time I hear them, very alarming. You know, the amount of unemployment the amount of people that have become unemployed through the corona crisis has skyrocketed, taking our country to one of the highest unemployment rates in the world. Look, it's not going to be an easy fight. We're going to, the stats also show that we're expecting to recover probably no sooner than 2025 in terms of people having to refocus on getting new jobs, trying to find new ways to come up and fight and solve their debt problems. And it's going to be a long walk to freedom, Mushfiqah.
So with the debt situation, it's very easy to say, well, people get themselves into the situation and now they have to face the music. But can you outline for us exactly what that music is? Can you outline for us exactly what consequences people would be facing for now defaulting after lockdown?
Mushfiqah, in my experience, in my 20 years of experience of dealing with people who are now facing the music, and that music is their debt burden when they can no longer carry on those repayments, it's pretty textbook. You go through a range of emotions from being afraid to being angry with yourself to beating yourself up to trying to asking your friends and family to trying to borrow your way out of debt. So facing the music means different things to a lot of people, but really it comes down to facing the fact that actually you've got too much debt, you're in trouble, and now you need to find a way to get out of debt. And the one thing you don't want to help, and you don't want to talk to anybody about it because it's a very personal problem and you don't know where to turn. And when that happens, the best people to speak to are debt counselors who can help you find, do you even qualify for the help? And if you do qualify for the help, what does it mean to you? So when it comes time to facing the music, most of the people are facing a debt collector on the phone, and they're being threatened. They're being threatened with jail. They're being threatened with repossession. They're being threatened in front of their friends and families and colleagues. So we're here to help.
Sebastian, with more than 17 million people unable to pay their accounts for the last few months and the volume of impaired credit records just rising, what are the options for struggling South Africans?
Look, with today's interest rate, one of the best possibilities that you can do if you qualify is to try to consolidate your debt into one, right? And that means different things for different people. But if you've got lots of credit cards or store cards with high interest rates, the new interest rate means that you can try to consolidate everything into one lower repayment and try to get a hold of your finances. If you don't qualify for that, of course, debt review is a solid option. Budgeting yourself is a solid option. And look, if you're not working at the moment, there's not much that you can do.
Also, a point that we have to make, a consolidation loan still needs you to have the same requirements as when you're applying for another loan. So if you have been skipping payments because of lockdown or because of your financial situation, the chances of you then getting a consolidation loan are slim to none.
Slim to none. And I think the banks aren't really lending money at the moment while we wait for the economy to stabilize, the borders to open up again, and for life to resume into the new normal. So, for anybody that's out there struggling at the moment, that's looking for ways to repay, if you don't have a steady job, if your income isn't able to support your repayments, the things that you need to concentrate are taking care of your family and keeping a roof over your head. The rest of the debts, we can deal with when you stabilize your income. But at that moment in time, the best people to speak to are debt counselors.
And that's it for our episode of Table Talk today. Join us next week when we inform and empower you on your finances.
Goodbye, everyone.